Hello everybody and welcome to another Elder Scrolls Online video, where I'll be talking about what I think about the Play Any Race in Any Alliance feature available if you pre-order the Elder Scrolls Online. So the Play Any Race in Any Alliance feature is what it says on the tin. If you pre-order Elder Scrolls Online, you get access to the Explorers Pack, which comes with this feature, a vanity pet and a treasure map bonus feature. It is what it says on the tin. If I want to be a Dark Elf and play in the Covenant, I can. You can take any race you like and play it in any alliance you like, breaking down all of the racial tension and boundaries which has been built up over the years. So here I've drawn up some of the positive and negative aspects of the feature on the exclusive picture editing software Microsoft Paint. For positives, we have the greater development of one story, the diverse alliances, playing with your friends, and an important note to touch on towards the end: what happens if I want to join my friends after launch. On the negative side, undermines alliances, and a question to think about: was there even an alliance system in the first place? Now, of course, literally there is, but theoretically, try and work that one out. I will be discussing that one later. So, let's kick off with the first point: greater development of one story, as I keep on banging on about one of the most important aspects in an MMORPG or any character-driven based game. It will be an interesting opportunity to see different races and different people's characters evolve in story, to see why they've joined this alliance. Why has this high elf come over to the Ebonheart Pact? You know, shouldn't he be slaughtering the village? Why is he in my bakery? Why? Brilliant story aspects here which can be developed. Diverse alliances. Nords and Wood Elves living happily ever after. We'd like to see that, of course. Walking into one of your major towns and not just seeing the same old three races. We'll see many other races as well. It just adds that diversity. It could also, in some aspects, add a touch of unity. You may having some common goal to fight over, bringing all these races together. It makes you feel like your goal is worth fighting for in Tamriel, if you can bring all these other races in from other pacts. Playing with your friends. This is probably a very, very important positive of the feature. Ultimately, if we play with our friends, depending on who your friends are, it can be more enjoyable. That's obviously great. More playtime into the game. You'll obviously have a funner time for some of you, like I said. Everyone can play what they want in whatever faction. If I want to be a Dark Elf, but all my other mates are Bretons, I can go and join them, don't have to worry about that. Encourages more players to join the game. Yeah, like say, I remember talking about this with some friends when it was all first announced, the Alliance and Race system. Like, I want to be a Dark Elf. Oh, it's going to be an Orc. And then we'd be like, oh, we're going to be enemies. Not anymore. So what might have turned some players off previously, because they might not be able to play with friends and family, now they can. It does turn some people off. So yeah, it's a nice remedy for them. Here's the important point. What happens if I want to join my friends after launch? So as I've said, this is a feature available from pre-ordering the game. Pre-ordering. So my friends have all pre-ordered. They've joined the Ebonheart Pact, made up of, by default, Nords, Argonians and Dark Elves. However, they have incorporated Bretons and Orcs and High Elves. And this is before, they've pre-ordered it before launch, so they can do so. I come along a few months later, or another friend comes along, even years later, and says, you know what, I want to join you guys, but I really don't want to be any of these races, because we're coming here from a single-player game. People want to transfer their characters from Elder Scrolls 3, 4, 5 and previous. Their characters which they have played through all the whole games, maybe just a singular race, like me, for instance, Dark Elves and Imperial, just two characters I've always ever played. A Templar type and a Nightblade type. People want to transfer these characters into the Elder Scrolls Online, and some of them will have developed such attachments to the characters they're not willing to change their race. And if they do change their race to play with their friends because they don't have access to the feature, it'll severely, it'll knock their enjoyment maybe. So the fact that the feature is only available for pre-order, obviously it boosts sales, it's good for some people. However, your friends down the line could be left out if you and other friends make certain arrangements beforehand. So I don't know if it's good to keep this in, being able to acquire it through other features post-launch. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let's move on to the negatives. Here we go. So, undermines an alliance. Why are we all fighting together? And why are we fighting against those high elves? Wait a minute, there's a high elf here fighting with me. What's going on here? So, yeah, undermines the alliance. This, of course, like I put in brackets, is subject to the quantity of other races in your alliance. If you go into your capital city and there's a few, other races coming around and whatnot, it doesn't affect you that much. There's obviously going to be the defectors, or the people that have seen the light and whatnot. Now, since this is a pre-order feature, most of the integration in alliances will come soon after launch. However, if there is a lot of races from other alliances joining a certain alliance they're not naturally born into, it can seek to undermine the whole point of an alliance, which alliance systems in games, which is division. Division helps accelerate stories, aspects of gameplay. It's a massive, massive part in any game story, and it seeks to undermine that when you got hordes of outer races running around like, yeah, we love you guys, yeah. However, like it is noted on the sheet, this undermining of an alliance is subject to the quantity of races from other alliances integrating in yours. However, different races intermingling alliances will suit some. We've got the Daggerfall Covenant, who are all about, well, appear to be all about freedom and, liberties, personal liberties and whatnot. So having other races from other alliances come in could suit a story there. It'd be nice to see that happening. So here's the last point. Was there an alliance system in the first place? Now, physically, literally, there is an alliance system. However, there are features in the game which undermine the alliance system and kind of break down that division that it brings in. They're two big words I keep on bringing up: undermine and division. Sorry about that, but they're rather prevalent in my thinking on this subject. 3 factors here: chat, exploration, and guilds. We can whisper our mates in other alliances or other people in other alliances. We can explore other alliance zones relatively hassle-free, and we can swear allegiance to another alliance if we're in whatever guild we're in. So my Breton in the Covenant can join a guild which has an allegiance in the Pact. Like I said, undermines the alliance system and breaks down that division a bit more, the point I see of an alliance system. Now this feature is in the game, was it a step too far in undermining the alliance system? Do you think it's rendered the alliance system pointless? I don't, personally. Do you think it would have been better if we had our 3 alliances, their stories, they're obviously going to have dominant races in because of their position on the world, but wouldn't it have been better if a character create a race and then join any alliance they like throughout the entire game, and the alliance's story would not be rather centric around these 3 races from the start? What do you think about that? It's not my personal view, however, I just like to raise the questions with people. So thank you for watching. There's 2 questions I would like to pose to you. Firstly, is there an alliance system in the first place, taking into account all the features we have at our disposal? And secondly, is this feature a step too far in undermining the alliance system? I'd like to know what you think, so please put it in the comments below. There's a beta weekend coming up this weekend where we get to use the pre-order and Imperial Edition features, and we get to play as Imperials. So the next video will be on those pesky bastards everyone's been talking about, the Imperials. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Stay tuned for more. Thank you, and good luck.